lovely bookish friends. How are we doing today? It's Heather with Belle's Library, and I'm coming to you with a very fun tag video today, 25 bookish things about me. And I'm really excited to go through all these things. If you guys haven't seen this tag before, the original creator was Zoe's All Booked. It was about like 4 years ago, I think, that she created this tag. And so it's been around for quite a while. I just saw it on Peyton Reed's channel, so I will link both of their videos down below, and you guys can check out a couple more creators. Hi guys, quick edit. I realized as I was filming my Note Trope book tag that I misspoke when I said the 25 bookish facts creator, and I accidentally mixed it up with this book tag. So I couldn't find the original post. I'm not exactly sure who it was. I will try to research that a little bit more and put it down in the description, and I'll put a couple of the videos I've seen of this tag from other creators down there as well. But sorry, I misspoke on that one. And you guys have a good time continuing the video. It's a super fun one. I'm going to get into 25 different bookish facts that are about me, so you guys can learn a little bit about me and my bookish habits. And let's go ahead and get going. If you haven't already, also get down there and subscribe so you can see more of my wonderful content. At least I hope you think it's wonderful. The first bookish fact is I mostly read at night. I am a super duper busybody, and during the entire day I try to just cram in as much stuff that I possibly can do during the day as possible. Mostly it's school, cleaning, taking care of my daughter. I just cram all of that in during the day as much as possible, and then in the evenings are kind of my time to relax. It's my time to just chill out and read a book, and occasionally, you know, I'm also on YouTube watching book videos. So that is when I read the most. So number 2 is that I don't always use bookmarks. I actually only own 2 bookmarks. Bookmark number 1, drink good coffee, read good books. Bookmark number 2, today's a great day to have a great day. And then I have a couple little magnetic ones that are like Harry Potter ones, but I just don't use them that often, and I find that I always am losing them in my bed, or I move, and then I can't find where I put it. And so if it's a hardcover, I usually just use the cover of the book and just mark my spot going through. Number 3, I don't like to write in my books. I like them to be in as good of condition as possible, so I don't like to write in them, I don't like to dog-ear them, I just like to keep them as pristine as I possibly can. Number 4, I like to have a little bit of romance in my fantasies. So an ideal fantasy book is mostly fantastical and usually a little magical and witchy, but I just like that little thread of romance going through it. Doesn't have to be taking over very much, but just a little. Sorry if you guys hear a little bit of my dog barking in the background there. We've got my roommates have some people over I didn't know was happening, and he's playing. Number 5, I'm really sad that I did not know about Taylor Jenkins Reid until this year. So I own right now Daisy Jones and the Six. I really want to get The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, because that's probably my favorite so far of hers. But I've read 3 of her books so far this year, and I adore her writing, and I love it, and I can't wait for her new book that's coming out later this year. So excited. I feel like every time I start talking, my dog starts barking. Okay, so number 6, you guys might be able to guess from my channel name, but I seriously have goals to have a library like Belle's. Oh my gosh. it's so gorgeous, and I would just be so happy to just be in that library, and I just would love it. Alright, we're gonna have a little man joining us for a second and see if we can get him to calm down. Oh yes, okay, big boy. So we're talking about number 7. So audiobooks literally make me enjoy my chores. Sometimes I'm like, I really want to go clean some dishes and fold some laundry because I can put my audiobook in and just listen to my book and do my cleaning, and then my house is clean and I get to enjoy a really good book. Number 8, audiobooks also have inspired me to garden and pull weeds. I will go outside and actually do those things if I got a good book in my ears. Heck yeah. Number 9, probably not much of a surprise, but I'd rather read the book than watch the movie. The books are just 10 times better, and we all know that, so I don't know why they try to make them into movies. I guess for non-bookish people, but they just need to become bookish people, so I don't know. No judgment. Maybe a little bit of judgment. Number 10. I love the smell of books. It's right up there with, like, the first rain after it hasn't rained for forever. Like, the best scents ever in the world. Number 11. Stephen King intimidates me. I think about reading his books because people love his books and they love him, but he has so many books and a lot of them are giant. And what if I don't like them? I don't know. Just, I'm very intimidated to read him as much as I think about reading him. I don't know. If you guys have recommendations for maybe a first Stephen King book, put them down below so I kind of know where to start maybe. I don't know. Number 12. I have just started collecting bookish things. One of my favorites is this little guy. It's pretty new. It came in my Owlcrate, and I just think it's so cute. And you can use it as like a little bank, or you can take the top off and make it like a little pencil holder. Something's in here. I have money in there already. Has to do with The Night Circus, which I either have just read or I'm about to read, depending on when this video comes out. Number 13. I just decided to start a book diary. So I've got some little tabs in here for my books, and I have done this for one book so far, but basically every like 5, 10 chapters or 100 pages or something in a book, I'm just stopping and just blurbing a little bit about what's happened maybe, or my feelings, or who the characters are, just to help me like get some of those thoughts out so I don't forget them by the end of the book, and I can just kind of look back and be like, oh yeah, I remember that from this book, and kind of recreate some of those feelings. And then I haven't really tabbed any books, but I just thought it might be fun to try and see if I like it. Number 14. I have never listened to an audiobook before this year. Like, it's just completely changed the reading game for me. I love them now, and about half the books I read out of the month are physical reads, and half of them are audio reads. So, yes, they have been amazing for my life. Number 15. I really want to read more horror books. I love horror movies and scary movies and that frightening feeling, and so why wouldn't I love more of those books? But for some reason, I just don't pick them up, so I just need to. Recommend me some horror books, guys. Down below. Do it for my health. Number 16. I absolutely love magic in my books. Whether it is magical realism, where we just have a little sprinkle in there, but it's like real life otherwise, or just full-blown, fantastical, magical beautifulness. So just a few examples. Serpent and Dove is about a witch and a witch hunter that get married. So we definitely have some good magic going on in there. Incendiary. Oh my gosh, super love this book. I just finished it, and it involves a lot of witches and magic, and they're being oppressed and trying to rebel, and it just, it was good. And then for magical realism, A Million Junes by Emily Henry. This one, for the most part, is in the real world, but then there's just a little sprinkle of some magic and a magical realm in this one, so really good magical realism book if you like something like that. Number 17 kind of relates back to one of the other bookish facts, but I don't really mind if other people write in their books, dog-ear their books, any of that, as long as they own it. Like, no sweat off my back. If that's what you want to do with your book, then that's totally cool. That is up to you. You enjoy your books the way you want to enjoy your books. I'm good with that. Number 18. I super miss and love my library. They've been closed for months now because the state of our world does not allow it to be open, but I miss it wholeheartedly. Number 19, I get most of my books from the library. At the moment, obviously, I'm not physically getting physical books from the library, but I'm using a lot of my library's apps, Hoopla and Libby, to read most of my books at the moment. Number 20, I really love reading with my daughter. She's 4, so right now we read, mainly kind of picture book type stuff, but we read every night before bed, and I just think about the days when she gets a little bit older and we can read chapter books together, and I'm just super excited for that. Number 21, I have a small collection of magazines. For some reason, sometimes I just see a magazine and I'm like, that subject looks interesting. So I have the Complete Guide to the Supernatural. We've got aliens, witchcraft, ghosts. Like, I'm not a super alien abduction-y person, but witchcraft and magic and ghosts and stuff. Heck yeah. I have a 20-year reunion, or 20-year anniversary Harry Potter 2018's Top Scientific Stories. I am a science nerd, so I enjoy this. Women Changing the World. This one I actually got because I thought it would be kind of cool for when my daughter gets a little older, I could read with her one of these like a week or a day or something, and she could be inspired by all of these wonderful women. The Wonder of Disney, because who doesn't love some Disney? This one actually my parents got me for Christmas one year, I believe. Women's shoes. I used to work for Payless for like several years, and I love shoes. I have quite the collection. I probably have like 50 or 60 shoes. And How DNA Shapes Your Life. So I am fascinated by DNA. It was probably my favorite subject in biology, and I've read this whole magazine, and I don't know, it's just super interesting to me. Ooh, I guess that kind of gave you insights to some other things I'm interested in as well. 22. I choose books because of the authors. I definitely, if I read a book that I enjoy from an author, I will go onto Goodreads, click on the author and see what other books they have, and just start adding stuff into my TBR because I liked their writing, I liked their books. Why wouldn't I want to read more from them and support them if they're an author that I really enjoy? Number 23, I judge books by the cover. I think everybody does, but I mean, if a cover doesn't draw me in, I can still be drawn in by hearing the synopsis and being like, oh yeah, okay. But especially I feel like with kind of my romancy contemporary stuff, there's a certain style to the cover where I'm like, I know kind of the general direction that's going to go, and it's going to be maybe a little more rom-com-y, or, just going to be up my alley often. I also, I don't know, I just find books to be very aesthetically pleasing and beautiful. So I want them to be beautiful. So sue me. Number 24. My TBR shelf on Goodreads is about to hit 500. How am I ever going to read that many books? Like, why can't I just download books into my brain somehow? I don't know. But that is a lot of books. But I want to read them all, and it's so hard sometimes to choose which one to read. And it just grows and grows and grows and grows. And I don't know, I'm just going to end up with so many books I want to read that it's going to be out of control. It already is out of control, but I don't know. Should I trim it down? But then I feel bad because then I'm like, what if I'm missing out on such a good book? Number 25. I have read more books this year than I have any other year of my life. I am currently, I'm filming this video at like 48 books, so by the time this goes up, I might be, a couple ahead of that. And that's a lot. Like, it is middle July, and I still have a whole another half of a year to go. Like, I could read like 100 books this year, which would be insane to me. I definitely never read this many books in a year before. I feel like a lot of people are feeling that just because of the pandemic and everybody's been home a lot more, but I just have found so many books this year that I just am loving, and I found this book community, and I just started going crazy with it. I think BookTube too, like, I want to read more so I have more to talk to you guys about, and so I've read a lot of books this year, and I'm excited about it, and I can't wait to see how many I'm going to read next year and just consume all the books in the whole world. I want to consume them all. Anyways, that is my 25 bookish facts. If you guys want to leave some bookish facts below about you, then I would love to hear them. And I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.